What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video, I will be reviewing Chapter 53 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, which was yet another fantastic chapter of the Boruto manga. And it started off with Kawaki in that dimension that they were fighting in, that Ishiki was fighting Naruto, Sasuke, and Boruto in, and he saw Ishiki for the first time. He saw Ishiki's, his real body, his real form, and basically everybody informed him that he got to run away because Ishiki only has a little bit of time to live and stuff like that. And they got to basically stall for time. So Kawaki started running away, trying to hide and stuff. And Ishiki caught him. But then Sasuke switched places with Kawaki. And he gave Kawaki like this smoke bomb that basically disables or disrupts the. I think he said. Actually, I'm not going to even try to pronounce the word. I think it's clairvoyance or something like that. And basically, I looked up the word. It basically means like it's a higher level of sensory capabilities or whatever, and higher level of sensory contact. So basically, that applies to the Byakugan, and it basically stopped the Byakugan from being able to track Kawaki. It stopped Ishiki's Byakugan, and so yeah, Ishiki got mad. That allowed Kawaki to run away and hide, and he got real mad, and he told Kawaki that if you don't come out right now, I'm basically gonna kill Naruto because he stepped on Naruto, and once he stepped on Naruto super hard, Kawaki's arm, which was being fueled by Naruto, his prosthetic arm, which was being fueled by Naruto, that fell off, and yeah, so he was running around one-handed. He was carrying that arm with him because it means a lot to him, and yeah, and he Ishiki basically told Kawaki that I will kill you. That I will kill Naruto if you don't come out. And he said he's gonna rip out Naruto's chest or whatever, rip out his heart or something like that. And he started to count down to 10. He said if you don't come out in 10 seconds, I'll kill Naruto. And Kawaki did. He actually did come out. And Sasuke said he's such an idiot, but he actually came out. He started doing jutsus with one hand sign. Well, technically he only did one jutsu. Well, actually two. But he did it with one hand, which that's top tier level stuff. Only a couple shinobi can actually do that. Sasuke is one of the few shinobi who can do that. Minato was one of the few who can do that. Haku was one of the few who could do that. But not a lot of characters do hand signs or can even do hand signs with only one hand. But Kawaki, he showed that he's capable of doing that, and that just goes to show you how skilled Kawaki is, because he's only been, I don't know exactly how long his time period has been since he's been in the Hidden Leaf Village, but he's already picking up the ninjutsu, ninja. He's already picking up that stuff really well. He's already a top tier ninja already. Like, I'm not even talking about like with his body modification or anything like that. He's already on a top tier level when it comes to ninjutsu, because he's doing hand signs and performing jutsus with one hand, which is something that's only very, very, very skilled shinobi can actually do that. And he actually did what looked like, it looked like he did a fireball jutsu. Now, most likely he probably learned this from Sarada, because Sarada actually was training him when he was in the Hidden Leaf Village. She was teaching him about Shuriken, and basically the main people who was training him was Naruto, Sarada, and Boruto, teaching him how to control his chakra and stuff. So he most likely learned the fireball jutsu from her. And yeah, it was real cool seeing him do that. And then after he did that, he used a shadow clone jutsu. So Kawaki, he's real cool in the sense that he's kind of like a mixture of Naruto and Sasuke, which is real cool. It's just real cool to see it. That used to be a theory back in the day, that people thought that Kawaki was actually a clone that was mixed with Naruto and Sasuke's DNA. That was actually a theory back in the day. And that's not that's not the case. He's not a clone of Naruto and Sasuke's DNA. He's a regular human with body modifications. But the way he's using jutsu and stuff, he's definitely giving off Naruto and Sasuke vibes. Like he's like a mixture of both of them. Because after doing the fireball jutsu, what happened was Ishiki implanted the karma seal on him, but it turned out to be a shadow clone. And man, that was some great stuff, man. It just made me like Kawaki even more, because the guy, he's strategizing, he's using jutsu, and at first I was wondering, like, when the karma seal, when he got the karma seal implanted on him, I was wondering, like, he could have tried to use his body modification right there to try to stab Ishiki or something and try to kill Ishiki to stop him from doing that. But it turned out to just be a shadow clone. So Ishiki let his guard down, and then he was entering his final seconds of life, and his life started to drain out, or his life he basically started to die, and he got cocky because he thought he had achieved a goal. So what Kawaki did was actually very effective by using that shadow clone to trick Ishiki. And after Ishiki started to die, Kawaki, he revealed that it was just a shadow clone that Ishiki implanted the karma seal on. And then Kawaki, and I was hoping that he did this, he actually killed Ishiki himself. Now, technically, Ishiki was already going to die anyways, but Kawaki just stepped on him. And he had some cool dialogue. He was basically like, because Ishiki was telling him that it was reality. That was actually the name of the chapter. I believe it was reality or something like that. And yeah, it had reality in the chapter. That was the title of the chapter. And Ishiki was telling Kawaki about reality and how the reality is that he implanted the karma seal on him and stuff like that. And Kawaki said, "No, you piece of crap. Your reality is you lost, basically. Something like that." I don't got the exact words because I'm actually recording this on my phone, but yeah, something like that. He called Ishiki a piece of crap, and he said that's his reality pretty much. And he stepped on Ishiki, and Ishiki died. And that was just a fantastic way. That was just fantastic overall. I just really loved that scene. And Kawaki was just great in this chapter. And yeah, then what happened is at the end of the chapter, Boruto dashed up and he basically stabbed Sasuke through the eye. He stabbed Sasuke's Rinnegan. Yeah, I actually had that moment spoiled for me. The moment where Boruto stabbed Sasuke through the eye. Now, it wasn't technically Boruto, it was actually Momoshiki who was in control of Boruto's body. Momoshiki had taken control of Boruto's body via the karma seal, just like he did in the Boro fight. So Boruto, he had that horn, just like he had in the Boro fight. He had that one horn over his right eye, and he had the Byakugan activated, and he had the karma seal activated. So he was in his karma seal version 2 state, which was actually teased last chapter because he had his Byakugan opened up last chapter. But yeah, that's the state that Boruto was in, and Momoshiki was controlling Boruto's body, and he had stabbed Sasuke through the eye. Now, I want you guys to keep this in mind. Just because just because Boruto stabbed technically Momoshiki, who was controlling Boruto's body, stabbed Sasuke's Rinnegan, that doesn't mean that Sasuke is going to be a lot weaker now than he was before. Because Sasuke, most likely, he probably can still use his Rinnegan abilities. And the reason I say that is because look at what happened with Madara. Madara had no eyes, literally no eyes in the 4th Great Ninja War arc when Obito used the Renny Rebirth on him. Madara had no eyes, and yet he was still able to use his Susanoo and stuff like that. So just because something happens to the eye of a dojutsu user doesn't mean they won't be able to use those dojutsu abilities anymore. Because as shown with Madara and also other characters like even Itachi, after he had overused his Mangekyo Sharingan, he could still use Susanoo. And so yeah, you can still use, because basically even if something happens to your eye, you still have access to those dojutsu powers, because those dojutsu powers are in your eye socket. That chakra that made that eye, brought that eye to, that chakra that basically allow you to use that eye or awaken that eye, that chakra is still inside your eye socket. So for anyone who, especially mainly Uchiha, I think only in Uchiha in fact, but anyone who, like, if something happens to their eye, they can still use those powers that came along with their eye, because the chakra that the eye was awakened from is still inside their eye socket. And yeah, obviously the Rinnegan is a higher version of the Sharingan, so that same logic that applies to the Mangekyo Sharingan and being able to use the Susanoo, that same logic will most likely apply to the Rinnegan. So Sasuke most likely will still be able to use his Rinnegan abilities even if his eye is messed up. And also, because of that, Sasuke could probably he can probably summon the King of Hell to basically regenerate his eye and basically return his eye to his former state. to the point where it's not messed up anymore. He can most likely do that because he can most likely still use his Rinnegan abilities, and he can also do that same thing to regenerate his arm and create a new arm for himself, or he could use the Ashra path to do that to create another arm for himself. So yeah, Sasuke, don't think he's gonna be super weak just because. I mean, even if he couldn't use his Rinnegan, he would still be super strong. But don't think that Sasuke is gonna be weaker than he was before because his eye can possibly still be healed by himself, or he can probably maybe even Sakura can heal it for him. Who knows? So yeah, I just want to mention that. But also, I want to just quickly state it's not necessarily confirmed that Ishiki is dead. I just now remembered that. Kawaki did step on him. I'm pretty sure Ishiki is dead, but it's not necessarily 100% confirmed. Also, there's the thing as far as Kawaki's Karma Seal go. What's going to happen with that? Because we know Kawaki does have the Karma Seal in the flash forward sequence. So where is he going to get that Karma Seal from? Is Momoshiki going to implant a Karma Seal on him? Or is Ishiki possibly maybe still alive and might implant the Karma Seal on him? Or maybe Momoshiki is going to help extend Ishiki's life to... I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. It's kind of unpredictable as far as how is Kawaki going to get the Karma Seal back. I don't know. I honestly can't predict it. Maybe Ishiki actually did implant the Karma Seal on Kawaki, even though he implanted it on Kawaki's Shadow Clone. Maybe he was able to implant it on Kawaki and Kawaki's Shadow Clone, because maybe when he implanted it on Kawaki's Shadow Clone, actually did implant on Kawaki at the same time. Who knows? I don't actually know. I actually think that last thing that I just said is the strongest possibility with that. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about the chapter. Kawaki was freaking fantastic in this chapter, pulling off some amazing strategies, utilizing Naruto's jutsu and Sasuke's jutsu, the Fireball jutsu and the Shadow Clone. Some fantastic stuff, man. That was just some fantastic stuff. And by the way, Fireball jutsu was the first jutsu that Sasuke mastered. Shadow Clone jutsu was the first jutsu Naruto mastered. And Kawaki used both of those in this chapter. And that was great. That was just great overall. And yeah, as far as predictions for next chapter, chapter 54, I think Kawaki... I think, obviously, Momoshiki, he said that Kawaki... he said that he's surprised that they managed to take out... Well, actually, he said he's surprised that you managed to take out Ishiki, but now you're the only nuisance left. So, he obviously viewed Ishiki as a nuisance, so he probably wasn't going to try to help Ishiki at all. And that was actually something that I was predicting, that he was going to actually try to fight Ishiki. Once Momoshiki took over Boruto's body, I predicted that he was going to team up with Naruto and Sasuke to fight Ishiki. But he ended up not having to do that because the nuisance, he viewed Ishiki as a nuisance, but Ishiki was basically finished off. So now he says Naruto's the only nuisance left. So now Momoshiki, who is controlling Boruto's body, is going to try to kill Naruto. Now, Kawaki's not going to just sit around and let that happen, obviously. And Sasuke, he's injured because he just had his eye stabbed through. Who knows? Maybe Sasuke can still prevent that from happening. But it's going to be pretty hard with his eye, hurt. And it's going to be hard to do that in this condition. Naruto, he actually didn't die from his Baryon mode. And Kurama said that he was supposed to die from that. I think the reason he didn't die from that is because Ishiki stepped on Naruto super hard. And he punched Naruto out of his Baryon mode. So, Naruto, I think the reason he didn't die from his Baryon mode is because Ishiki punched him and knocked him out of that mode before the mode could kill him. That's my thing. That's my theory as to why Naruto didn't die from that. But who knows? Maybe Naruto's still gonna die from the side effects of the Baryon mode. Who knows? Maybe he's still on the verge of death. Or maybe Momoshiki might try to kill him. Momoshiki obviously is gonna try to kill him. He might be successful in the next chapter, but I don't know. As far as Kawaki is concerned, Kawaki, he still has his body modifications and ninjutsu at his disposal. So he's probably gonna try to fight off against Borushiki, or Momoshiki, who's controlling Boruto's body, but he's most likely not going to be strong enough to do anything to him. So yeah, as far as my predictions for next month's chapter go, I think Momoshiki, who's controlling Boruto's body, is going to try to kill Naruto. Kawaki is going to use his body modifications and some of his ninjutsu to try to stop that from happening. But Kawaki is going to get knocked out, and Naruto is going to get killed by Momoshiki. Probably. I think that's one possibility. As far as how Kawaki gets the Karma Seal, I think Ishiki actually did implant the Karma Seal on Kawaki. Kawaki just didn't realize it, because when he implanted the Karma Seal on Kawaki's clone, that possibly went to Kawaki. Now, I don't know if any of that's going to happen, but, maybe, like I said, the manga is getting very unpredictable at this point. So, yeah, it is what it is there. And with that being said, yeah, that's all I got to say about the chapter. It was a 10 out of 10 chapter yet again. A fantastic, amazing chapter. I hope you guys liked it as much as I did. If you guys liked the review, please like it, drop a like, and click that channel notification bell to be notified on all of my future videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And yeah, comment, let me know what you guys thought of the video. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.